I'm so glad you enjoyed that particular video about how to save money if you're coming to London for those breakfast boxes. Brilliant, aren't they? I know. I'm looking for other things for you as well because, as you all know who watch this channel, I love a bargain, you know. And when you think about it, on a more serious note, the food would simply go to waste, but it's top class food, isn't it? And you're getting an absolute bargain. So seriously, thank you so much for enjoying that video. Glad you liked it. And as I say, it was good fun to make, good fun to taste as well, let me tell you. Now, as we all know, 100 days less now is coming towards that wonderful day of the coronation on May the 6th of King Charles. Fascinating to note that we're now getting all of this particular info leaked out about who's going to be doing what. And this is really sort of remnants of how we told you the other day about, of course, the coronation way back in 1953 and who looked after the beautiful, flawless makeup of Her Majesty the Queen on that very special day. Yes, you see, all of these things that are thoroughly planned. Now, can you imagine being asked to take the official pictures on such an historic day? You simply go down in history, don't you? Well, that's what's happened to this particular gentleman, Hugo Bernard. Now, Hugo is very much known to the King and the Queen Consort, Charles and Camilla, because he was asked many years ago now, just over 18 years ago now, to take the official pictures of their wedding out in Windsor. So obviously he did a great job. Further down the line in 2011, he took the official pictures of Catherine and William at their spectacular wedding. And yes, he's now been asked in the official capacity to take the official pictures of King Charles's coronation. Now, as I say, what's fascinating here is when you think, you know, a lot of people don't understand this, but in years to come, people will look him up because he will become part of royal history. A little bit like Dorothy Wilding did, you know, with our late and beautiful Queen. She took some of those snaps that became part of the imagery that we now see on the Royal Mail. Fascinating when you think about it. Now, Hugo himself is a little bit bashful as ever, but of course he's not just taken pictures of royalty, also esteemed politicians too, like the former British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Margaret Thatcher. Can you imagine going into a room with Mrs. Thatcher? I think going into the room with the King and Queen might be a little bit easier, don't you? I've met the late Mrs. Thatcher. Even at that age, she was quite formidable. Hugo himself said that he can't wait, and it's an absolute thrill, an honour and a privilege. And it truly is, whether you're a monarchist or not. This is part of the fabric of our British history. And if you look at his collection of pictures so far, you can see what an expert he is at taking some of the most beautiful pictures of historical events. Once again, as I say, we're getting a bit of a drip feed now of what's going to be happening and what's not going to be happening in the forthcoming royal coronation on May the 6th, at the very start, of course, hopefully, of a beautiful springtime. Either way, this celebration's already, because right now, at least we know who's going to be behind the lens on that very big day. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.